Hello, I have another project using flowing flowers. So you're probably like, well, yeah, that's okay, but wait till you see what it does. Open it up and it holds a gift card. And let me show it to you from the side. See that little mechanism right there? So, you ready to get started? Flowing flowers, stitch so sweetly for the thank you. Hippo, I know it just retired, but any die that you want, or you could even use the same one for the inside. And, oh, that's right, just for you is on the card. I was going to put the flower and I thought I just need some words to say, here's a gift. And then this piece stays stationary. If I pulled the little elegant trim off, you'd be able to open it up, but that just holds this little flap right here. Okay, keep that one on top. So this idea came from Kathy Goodman. She made this card and I've held on to it for a long time because I just love the layout. I love how she did it. And you know, now I noticed she did something a little bit different, which would have eliminated a problem. Is she made this paper just a little bit more narrow, which is probably a good idea. Okay, so thank you, Kathy Goodman. This is adorable. Brushed brass butterflies, I love them. That's for Stampin' the Flowers. So these papers, so if you're somebody who gets this stamp set, I would love to send you this right here, the papers. Nothing will be stamped because if you get the stamp set, then you have the stamp. And the things that you don't have, you can easily substitute. Like the Just For You, you could use any, here's a gift or however you like. But in your little card kit, you will get these two, which are very similar in size. And this one is for the gift card, and this one is for the label. The label one is narrower and longer. Label, gift card. Okay, that's for the thank you. And I have templates here for scoring and cutting, and I'll show you those in just a minute. So let's do the thank you on here, and while we're at it, the what words do I have on there? Sending you a card instead of a text. Okay, so here's the thank you. That goes on this one. And get it in the center the best you can. So this font is great, and when you look at it, it's great, but when you're trying to center it, are you centering it on you? But you have to take into account the T, and so positioning that inside the die is a little bit challenging, but it's such a nice font, it all works out just fine. Sending a card. Okay, and then the Just For You is going to go on to the gift card closer to the top. Okay. Gosh, I think we're almost done with stamping. We still have to do the flowers though. Okay, so to do the gift card, any corner rounder you have. This one just retired and I had it in my retiring box, but I need it because I don't see another corner rounder in the catalog. We have to have rounded corners. Oop, didn't push it hard enough. That's good. Oop, Tony's home. Might be noisy around here. Beware. I was so excited about this card. I just couldn't wait to make it. Actually, I started it yesterday and I had everything sitting out. Okay, I'll trim that a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's the gift card, and we're going to stamp the flower on there. This is for the dies. So this one will go on here. And I have the other one ready. Just a minute. So this one I left it in here purposely because I like to do my fancy little make it a panel die cut by using my bone folder, tracing the inside. Whenever I get an opportunity, I like to do this. I don't even know if anyone notices, but I like it. Okay, there is that. This is done. That needs stamping. That one is done. Okay, so let's get to making the card. These, I'll attach those in a minute. I'll attach these in a minute. So there's two pieces. This piece right here is for these little things drive me crazy. Is for this piece right here and the pocket. So you cut your paper to 4 1/4 by 7, and as Kathy did it, I probably should, well, you know what, I might be able to do that on my my little cutter here. So let's change this to 4 1/8. Okay, hold on. Let me try to trim that. Bo, he'll be right here. Bo, wait. Okay, so now it's 4 1/8. I have a feeling that this will work better. So we're going to fold. Oh, and then to score it, right here is 2 inches, and then score this at 6 1/2 inches, and that's going to go this way. Now I'll show you the other little scoring template in just a minute. So score that, and then this one goes up. So this is going to be the gift card holder, and then this part is going to be the mechanism to make it kind of pop out. So just like that. So for the other piece, which is right here, cut it to 4 1/4 by 11. We'll score it at 3 1/2, flip the whole thing over and score it at 2. So this is the 3 1/2 part and the 2 inch part. Oh, I got a big old gap there. What happened? That's 2 inches. This one is not quite 3 1/2, but you know what? I think it's going to be okay. Maybe I'll just kind of maneuver it a little bit. Just a little bit, because that was like an 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, let's see how they line up now. And I know for you it's hard to see evening evergreen on evening evergreen, but there is a little bit of a gap, but that's much better. I'm fine with that little bit of a gap. Okay, so I'll take pictures of these and I'll put them on my blog. My blog is jillybling.com. And I'll put the paper cut sizes and the score lines and pictures of the template. Okay, so let's get to doing some layering. Bo is talking. Oh. Okay, so This is soft seafoam, and this one goes right onto here in the center. And it's just a little 1/16 of an inch border. And when you see it against the white, it's hard to see it, but once I put it on the evergreen, you'll be able to see it better. It's better than having it just plain designer paper. And Kathy did hers. Hers has hints of gold on it, and she did hers with crumb cake, which looks good. Okay, so there's that. So this is Kathy's, and she has gold around here, but that's crumb cake. Okay, so that's a top piece. Guess I could use regular tape. Whatever you like. Okay. And I like to do a thin little line so it dries quick. Okay, and this one goes on the bottom. And this paper is from the, I think it's called Good Fortune. It's part of the, what is that, Artistically, or the one with the crane in it that's in the mini catalog. Okay, so this one is going to go here in the upper corner, and that's just because I wanted to have it in the center, but with the flowers, I would have to cover up the flowers. Didn't want to do that. So, and I'll put this down flat with the glue. That goes right up here. So let's do the inside. So, see the shape of this? This little lip. And this. Let's start out by folding and gluing the gift card pouch. So it's going to slide in right here. So when you look at this, you could see your glue line needs to be a little bit narrow. So just a little bit and a little bit. We don't want it right to the edge, otherwise it's going to be too snug to get in there. But what would be nice is if there was a little hole, a thumb pull hole. This right here. And I have some old punches, and I pulled out a 3/4 inch circle punch, but if you have a 1/2 inch or a whole inch, that's fine. And we want only half of it or less than half of it. So I'm making sure that this amount looks similar to that amount. And then punching just a little bit out of there, just a little notch, so you could get your thumb in right there. Okay, so now that that's done, let's put the glue right on here. And like I said, do just a thin little bit. And it's okay if you go right up to the edge, but just not in too far. Okay, and then close it, and we're just going to let that dry. Okay, now I'm going to put glue on here. Again, trying to keep it thin. I don't want to sit there and wait for a long time. I'm impatient. Okay, so now this part, I'm going to open it up. Open up my card. Put this right up here. I'm putting it right next to the crease, not on top of the crease, but right next to it. So can you see where the crease is? Yeah, you can see. And getting it centered. Okay, now close the door. We'll just wait just 30 seconds. Just let that glue absorb into the paper and get stuck. Okay, so we could work on other things while the gift card holder dries and then this top part up here dries. Oh, we could work on the flowers. Okay, so there's 3 flowers, actually 4 that are on here. The big one, the little one with the leaves, this little trio, plus that. And we're going to do them with sponge daubers. Just because if you stamp the whole thing in coral, then your leaves would be coral. The freckled little things, we're going to cut those off, but the whole thing would be coral. And we're going to do it like even this one where there's no leaves on it, still in 2 different colors, just for a little depth and definition. Let me make sure that this didn't have any glue coming. Yep, that looks good. Okay, it could keep drying. Okay, so for the flowers, I have daubers. I have Flirty Flamingo, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, and Soft Seafoam. So, Coral, Evergreen, Flamingo, and I'm putting them in the same order as what I have these. I'm putting these in the same order. Otherwise it gets confusing. Okay, so let's start out with the one with the leaf. This one here. And don't worry about all these little dots off to the side. We're not going to do those. When I did these here, I did them, but it doesn't look good because it's just a blob of, well, here. Well, you could just trust me. It doesn't look good. Oh, here it is. So see how I have it all cut out? This was somewhere on here, but it was just a blob hanging off. Doesn't look good. We want just the flowers. Okay. So to do the daubering, I want green leaves, and the flower I want to be in 2 different colors. I want it to be in Flirty Flamingo on the outside, a Calypso Coral on the inside. I don't think I need the soft seafoam because I cut that all off. Oh, on the one on the gift card. We'll use that. Okay, so Flirty Flamingo. And I'm taking the dauber and I'll do most of the flower in Flirty. I don't need to do the center of the flower because that's going to go in Calypso Coral. And it's kind of hard to tell, do I have enough color on there? Because it's on the red rubber. Then coral in the center. And I'm going to kind of stretch it out into the Flirty Flamingo area. And I know that the less ink on here, the softer it gets. I do want the center dark, but then I'll kind of drift out into the field of the flower. And then the leaves in Evening Evergreen. And I'm trying not to get on the flower. It looks like I did, but that's okay. So, and if you want, you can take it and with warm breath, you can huff on it and then stamp it. Ooh, not sure if that's big enough. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, you could tell that I got the Evening Evergreen on the flower. But that's okay. Okay, so we'll do that. And then this is going to go on the gift card too. So let me find the gift card. right here. So, Flirty Flamingo all over the flower. Then coral on the center. Evening evergreen for the leaf, not on the flower. And then soft sea foam on these little, whatever these things are over here and up here. Okay, and it's going to go right over, oops, the center of the gift card. Okay. Didn't that turn out nice? It's like there's some little branches here, and I put those in evening evergreen. And it's fine that the evening evergreen drifted into the soft sea foam area. Just turned out pretty. Okay, so that's 1, 2. We have 2 more to do. I wonder, I don't think the big one can fit on here. Oof, that's too close. I'll do the little one on here. So the little one is, this one I'm going to do different because it's just 2 colors, Flirty Flamingo and Calypso Coral. So I'm going to take the whole thing, put in Flirty Flamingo, and then do the centers with Calypso Coral. Pretty much looks like one color. Did I do that right? I might try it again. Okay, Flirty Flamingo and Calypso Coral just in the center. I'm not sure why the other one looks like it's all one color. No, that one looks a little bit darker. Okay, and then just the big flower. So this one again, just the flower, no leaves on here. So I'm going to go into the lighter color, Flirty Flamingo, and then the center will be coral. That one you could really tell the difference in the colors. Okay, I think we're done stamping. So here they are cut out. Oh, this one, see, that doesn't look good. I want to take that off. Okay. So let's see how this dried. That's fine. That's good. This can find its home right here. And that's going to get the cording on it. And that's here. This is Simply Elegant trim, and it comes in gold and silver. But today, because a designer paper has the gold in it, let's do the gold. So I'm just going to do a knot rather than a bow. Have it go around twice. And tied in a knot. What's going on here? I want them to crisscross a bit. It's fine if they're straight on the back, but on the front I want the crisscross right in the middle. Okay, that looks good. Trim these off. Okay, so this is going to go on with dimensionals on the inside. That could go right here. Right in the middle. Then I was going to put it down here, but that messes with the movement of the card. What's going on? You know what it is over here there's maybe 1/8 of an inch, and over here there's not much. So what I'm going to do is get this centered and then use my bone folder and just change the direction of the movement just a little bit. That works better. But you know, on this one I did a whole bunch of trimming. Let me show you what I did just in case you run into that problem. Take this out. So what I'm going to do is trim right here to here and only take off about 1/8 of or 1/16 of an inch, and I know I'm going to be cutting through the glue in 2 layers of paper, but I'm going up about 1 inch, and that made the other one work even though it was wider. So if you have that trouble, see how much I cut off very little. If you have that trouble with the movement of yours, just give it a little trim like that. Nobody will see that part. Okay, let's get this all pretty again. Much better. Okay, so these are going to go right here. So where my fingers are, that'll be glue. And this will be a dimensional. Okay, and we'll put a butterfly in here in just a minute. And then for the top, this one will go on with a dimensional, or a few dimensionals, and the other one will tuck in underneath it. So I'm purposely doing only 3, so I'm allowing room for the other one to tuck in. I like how it goes over into the evergreen, so you could see it a little bit. Okay, and then this one I'll have it flat down with glue, kind of tuck it underneath. And I'll put a dimensional here. Okay, there it is. Isn't that fun? Okay, brushed brass butterflies. So I'll do 2 on the outside and 1 on the inside. Right there. And a little one. And then on the inside, I do a little one right up here. Oops, I lost the glue dot, which is fine. If ever you do that with a rhinestone, you can't stick it back on many times, but also you could just do little liquid glue and it will hold really well. Both sides look good. Okay, so there is Fun Fold card. Thank you, Kathy Goodman, for the idea. Love it. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up. See you next time. Bye.